Hey everyone, how are you doing? Well, we are just a little bit into the new year, and there's something interesting happens around January 19th. That is the day researchers think most people give up their New Year's resolutions. So, interesting that somebody studies that. If you followed me at all, you know I'm not a huge fan of New Year's resolutions. I think you just make them whenever you need them. But there is something about that fresh start at the beginning of the new year. We also have that kind of in fall, even if you don't have kids that are going back to school or you're not going back to school, there's still something about that where everyone is kind of in it together at the same time. So, what I think is a great time and something that I'm going to do this week is let's recharge our writing. Let's give ourselves a little rocket boost. Let's go back to maybe some of the basics. But we're going to spend the next 5 days talking about really small steps you can take to get your writing back on track. So if you've kind of gotten off of track, or if you have kind of put it away for a while and you want to get back into writing again, or you just need that little that little boost of camaraderie to know that other people are doing kind of the same thing you are. And so we're going to be doing that every day this week, and I'd love for you to comment below. I'm going to give you some really simple action steps, and just let me know what you're doing for that action step. So for today, we're talking about why authors write and why they don't finish. And a lot of people starting a new project is a lot of fun, and we love to do that. But what happens sometimes is that we lose kind of steam as we get partway through. Look, writing a book is hard. It is not easy. It is something that many, many people want to do, but very, very few people actually do it. And so we want to work on some things that will help you actually finish writing the book that you want to start. And the first thing that I think we need to start with is why. Why are you writing this particular book? And why are you writing in general? What is your passion for that? That's going to be different for everybody. And there is no right or wrong answer, but there is the answer that is right for you. And so going back to your why is going to be really helpful for you when things get tough. And it doesn't even get easier once you have published a book, because then you have reviews, and there's always going to be somebody who makes some sort of snarky remark or something like that, right? They're not your readers, so it doesn't matter. But going back to your why you're writing this book and why you're writing in general, that's going to help keep you on track. So if you need to put it on a sticky note, put it on your monitor, maybe make a vision board or a wallpaper or whatever keeps it top of mind for you, go back and spend some time thinking about your why and then putting it where you can remember that. So I would love for you to tell us your why in the comments. That would be fantastic. Now we have 2 steps for today. So you kind of get a 2 for 1. Once you have come up with your why, and some of you already know what it is, and that's fine. You can share that with us if you'd like. And some of you might need to take a little bit more time to think about it, and that's also okay. But the second part of this is then think about this crazy small goal you can do every day in regards to your writing. This is not, I'm going to write 2,000 words a day. This is not even, I'm going to write 500 words a day. This is something that you can do if your world implodes, and you can still do it no matter what, right? So I get this idea from 2 places. Atomic Habits by James Clear. I love that book. We talk about it a lot in our writing group. And one of the things he talks about is that establishing the habit is really more important than the goal. And I 100% agree with this. Having your habit, spending the time to get the habit down over a long period of time, that's going to serve you a lot better than creating a really big goal that you reach and then fall off, and then reach and then fall off, right? So we want to establish a habit. So that's what we're working on, is what is just something that will remind you of your manuscript every day. And then Becca Syme with she's a strengths finder coach for writers, and she has something called the Better Faster Academy. Highly recommend her. Definitely look up what she has to say. But one of the things that she talks about sometimes is just opening the manuscript, right? Sometimes just looking at it, just reminding yourself, oh my goodness, I am working on a book. There it is. And this is where I left off. That triggers what I like to talk about is your subconscious. I call it the compost pile. There's a lot of work that gets done sort of behind the scenes that your brain will keep working on, even when you're not actually working on your manuscript. So there is much to be said for just opening the manuscript. Maybe you want to write a sentence or two. Maybe you want to write a paragraph. Maybe you just want to do 5 minutes. Whatever it is that works for you, that will help you establish it as a habit, that's what we want to focus on. All right. So, what is your ridiculously small goal? I'd love to hear about what it is. And what is your why? Those are fantastic things. I'd love to hear about what you'd like to do with that. And join me back here, same time tomorrow, same place. And we'll talk about identity and limiting beliefs. Really, really important things. Two big things I see writers struggle with more than really anything else. So join us tomorrow for that. And I will see you then. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.